Hi everyone and welcome back to another video. So today's video is going to be week 7 of 60 books in 60 days. I can't believe I am already on week 7. If you didn't know this already, this challenge was inspired by Gina Lillian, her channel and her 60 books in 60 days playlist. The link will be in the description below alongside my 60 books in 60 days playlist. So if you are interested in following along with my journey of this challenge, then make sure to check out the playlist in the description below. If you watched my last video, you would know that I'm currently listening to Fangirl Down. I'm 14 pages in and I'm hoping to finish this today because I am planning on listening to the audiobook and diamond painting, and I'm determined to finish this. I'm also in the middle of Good Gone Bad and I am enjoying this so far. I just haven't picked it back up since putting it down, but this is my goal. I believe I'm 2 books behind because I didn't finish a book yesterday and I also haven't currently finished a book today, so I'm hoping to catch up. But I am determined to be back because I don't know what is happening, but don't pick up the camera. I don't know what is going on with me, but I'm determined to try and do better, but I'm not going to promise anything because I promise it all the time and I don't keep it. Hopefully I'll be back with you all later with an update of Fangirl Down. I'll most likely be back once I have finished it, depending on whether I have any updates or not. So I thought I'd film a quick update. I finished Fangirl Down and I think I'm going to rate it 2 stars. It's definitely on the better side of a Tessa Bailey book. I did think I was going to rate it 1 star, so I mean, it is a positive thing. I don't really have much to say about it. I've not long finished it, so I'm going to set up my thoughts and give you all a proper update tomorrow. Today I haven't done any updates today, but I just thought I'd quickly pop in on here because it is getting late. I might try and do some montages or something later on. I still don't have any new thoughts about Fangirl Down. I don't know what to think of it. I don't know why I'm finding it so hard, but I haven't read anything today at all. I just haven't really been feeling it, and that's okay. But I am going to try and start the third wife, as this is the unwrapped book for this month. And if you don't know, I'm unwrapping a book each month and trying to read it off of my physical TBR for the year, and so that is what this book is. I'm very excited for it. It does sound really interesting. It says, London, 3 a.m, a tragic accident, then your life begins to fall apart. You think you have the perfect life, you're successful, attractive, well-liked, and you've just got married for the 3rd time, but that's okay because everyone's happy, including your new wife. But she has a secret, and secrets have consequences, some of which can be devastating. I mean, doesn't that just sound really interesting? It's like 400-ish pages, so I'm hoping it won't take me long. But yeah, I'm gonna try and start it tonight. I probably won't finish it, but I can at least start it and try and finish it tomorrow. It is now Wednesday and I thought I would give you all an update because I haven't done one yet today, and it's already like 9 o'clock or almost 9 o'clock. So update time. I finished this last night, The Third Wife, and I decided to rate it 2 stars. At the beginning of the book I was actually really intrigued and I was actually enjoying it because it starts off with this woman, Maya, out in front of a bus, and the mystery is, was it an accident or was it on purpose? Then we skip to Adrian's point of view of him wanting to find out what happened to his 3rd wife. Was it an accident or was it on purpose? Like, what happened? And he's intrigued. So I was intrigued and I wanted to know, and that was the big question. But then all of a sudden the book changed and switched to all about Adrian, and that is pretty much what this book is about. It switches and it's not about what it is originally kind of marketed as, my opinion. So it turns out to be about Adrian and his life, and honestly I hated it because I just don't like Adrian as a character. He's very narcissistic, generally thinks about himself all the time, and I hated him as a character. And it's in his perspective, so being in a character's point of view that you just don't enjoy, it does kind of ruin the experience a little bit. I just did not like it. Like I said, he was very narcissistic, and just some of the things he would say, it's like, you know, what type reaction. I don't know how to explain it. I just did not like it. Also, finding out everything, like near the end of the book, it ends off with some crazy things, and one of the things I'm like, seriously, how? One, I wasn't expecting it, and not in a good way, and also I thought this character was like better than what they were. Actually, both of them, there's 2 characters I thought they was better than what they were. Without spoiling it too much, I can't really explain, but Adrian has 5 kids also, so obviously 3 wives. There was Susan, who's the 1st wife, and he had 2 kids with her. Then there was Caroline, and he had 3 kids with her. And then Maya obviously was the 3rd wife. I felt like Maya was kind of like a placeholder in a sense, and that is what she was treated like throughout all of this book. I don't know how to explain it unless you read it. I think that, you know, you might understand what I mean. I feel like I'm jumping all over the place because I didn't write notes. But yeah, at the end of the book, this certain character is made to look better, and honestly what they did was shocking, and it's not forgivable, but it is kind of understandable in the sense of what they've been through in their life. Again, without saying too much, I can't spoil it, but it makes sense. It's not forgivable though. The other character that I'm talking about, the ending just, it came out of left field, honestly. I just don't know. Like, 1 minute the storyline was going somewhere and then it was boom, this was happening. I'm like, what? And the ending was just very unsatisfying. I was not happy with the ending. I was kind of left confused and kind of wanted more, in the sense of, not more because I didn't like the book, but more in the sense of, I don't know, it just, I feel like everything just wasn't explained. And the whole, was the death an accident or was it on purpose? It's never solved, and it's definitely very annoying because I feel like I went through all that book and for what? Like, it was just about Adrian, and he is not a character that I like. I'm going to stop rambling. I feel like I'm going all over the place with this, but I just did not like this as much as I thought I would. Going into it, it sounded interesting. Going into it, reading the first like 60-ish pages, I was very intrigued, but after that it was just like, no. Today I continued reading Good Gone Bad, and I am 167 pages into this so far, and so far I am really enjoying it. At the beginning of the book, it did take me a little bit of time to like warm up, get into it, kind of get back into the series because it's been a while since I read the series. And you do see Harley Rose in, I think it's the last book or the first 2 books, you see her in the series, and now you get in her perspective. But it took me a while to kind of piece everything back together because they are standalones, like they're interconnected, but they do kind of intertwine in some ways, if that makes sense. But now I am really enjoying it. It's getting interesting. It just took that, you know, few pages, few chapters to get into it, warm back up to the series, kind of understand what was going on, because I did kind of go into it blind. So far I'm really liking this. I don't really have much to say about it right now though. I am loving, especially our female main character. She is like badass, like she knows what she's doing type thing. And so far at MMC, he used to have to protect her, and he's like still in that mindset of like, I need to protect you type thing. And I mean, our female main character, she does do some silly things, especially in the beginning of the book, but like, I don't know, I feel like so far they work great as a team type thing, to cut what I was going to say short. So yeah, that is this book so far. I am going to continue this. I'm hoping to finish this because then I believe I will be on track if I finish this today, which will be amazing. I am going to go and continue reading Good Gone Bad, and hopefully I will be able to give you all an update later, but we'll see. Okay everyone, so it is now Thursday and I thought I would give you all an update. So last night I finished Good Gone Bad. I left the book in the other room, and I did actually quite enjoy this one. I did decide to rate it 4 stars. I really enjoyed the characters, especially like their connection was so strong from the beginning. Some people might not, you know, like the age gap, but I feel like the age gap wasn't too bad. It was only 9 years. I can understand why some people might have a problem with it. I'm saying that because I read some reviews and some people like, do you have a problem with that? Like, aren't a big fan of that, which I completely understand. I personally, it didn't bother me. Also, I loved like I love that it was more than romance, if you know what I mean. And I've noticed that with all the books that I've read in the series so far, like the first 3 books, there's more that happens other than just a romance. So I understand that the series isn't for everyone, but I personally, I'm enjoying it so far. I am a little bit confused of where the rest of the series is going to go. And I think the 4th book, I could be wrong, but I think it might be about the same couple as the first book, which is quite confusing because I thought, you know, there was an end to that. I could be wrong, but from what I checked last night, it seems to be. I don't know, but I'm hoping to get to that soon. But for today, I am reading One Dark Window. I restarted this last night. I didn't get far. I got to page 21. I didn't get far because by that time I was already reading for 3 hours and I had enough. And that's the longest I've been able to keep my attention with a book for a while. So I did stop last night, but now I'm going to continue. I'm going to try and finish this all today. So far I am enjoying it. What I'm getting from this is it's about Elspeth, I think that's how you say it. This world, you can't have certain magic, but she does. Like, she got a certain magic and she's like having to try and hide it or something like that. That's the preface of it that I'm getting so far, but obviously I'm not too far into it. So I'm going to go and continue reading this right now. I am hoping to just kind of binge read it type thing. So I'm gonna go and read this. Oh, but quickly before I go and do that, I did receive 2 books and I wanted to share them with you just for fun. They're not added onto my TBR because I have already read them. They are just ones I wanted to add to my collection because I love these books and I love this author. So we have Always Been You by Kiwi Tyler, the hardcover edition, which is stunning. I love this so much. Show that. And then we also have Love Unexpected, the hardcover version by Kiwi Tyler. I have the paperback version, but I just thought this was stunning. On that note, I'm gonna go and start One Dark Window. Okay, so already I am on chapter 7 and I don't know how many pages that is because I've switched to my Kindle. So my Kindle says it's 70 pages in. I am already loving this so much, and honestly more than what I was expecting, because I have heard people hyping this up saying that they love it so much, but I was a little bit nervous because when things are hyped up, sometimes they can be overhyped in a sense. I don't know how to explain it. And then last night I looked at some reviews vaguely because obviously I don't want to accidentally get spoiled for anything, and there was definitely some mixed reviews on Goodreads. Some people either love it, some people either hate it. That's the first time me hearing that some people didn't love it though. So I'm already loving this. I'm already intrigued. I am really into the story. I want to know what is happening and stuff. I do find myself getting a little bit distracted on my phone or whatever, but that's not because of the book. That is just because I don't have the attention span right now. That is definitely a me problem. But currently, sorry that I'm moving the camera constantly, this camera's heavy. But yeah, currently I have set up my Kindle stand, which I haven't used in a while because I did lose this, but I found it. So I am using it again. And I'm cozy. I'm having a great time. So I'm going to continue reading now, and I can just feel this is going to get even better. I thought I would do Friday's update, so if you hear rustling in the background, my sister is eating chocolate. But I thought I'd do an update. So last night I did end up finishing One Dark Window, and I am not going to lie, I really enjoyed this one. I did decide to rate it 4.5 stars. I was entertained all the way through. I was going to end up reading it in one sitting, but I had to read it in 2 sittings. But even when I had to put it down, I just kept thinking about what was going to happen next. But I did stop in a part where everything was starting to get more intense and things were actually starting to move on a little bit more. But I am so excited to get into the second book because of the way that this one ended. It does kind of make you want to dive into the next book straight away. Now, I wasn't in a fantasy mood when picking this up. Now I just want to read a lot of fantasy. But I don't know why I'm going to pick up next. I don't know if I want to pick up the second book and continue, because I'm afraid that if I leave it too long, then I'm going to forget what the main points in this, because I am not very good at explaining fantasy, and I'm also not very good at remembering key points in fantasy. So I do think that it would be better if I did try and read the second book. But tomorrow I'm starting a 24-hour readathon. I was supposed to do it today, but I did it to tomorrow because today was a lot busier than what I planned. So because of that, I also didn't end up reading a book for today, so I am technically 1 book behind as far as I know. I am going to try and read something tonight, but it's but it's 32 minutes past 1, so I'm definitely not going to end up finishing a book, not unless I find something short that I can probably just binge. The only short books that I think are on my TBR though now is probably Savour It, but I keep saying I'm going to read that and I just don't. there's no reason for it. I do really want to read it. Yeah, that is the update for this. Although I didn't really explain, I think I explained what it was about in the beginning, so I won't do it again because I do think I was on the right basis, if I remember correctly. So yeah, I don't know what I'm going to read next. I'm going to choose and I'll give you all an update tomorrow once I have actually read something. Okay everyone, I thought I would do a quick update. So I have finished The Murder Room by Lisa Stone. I'm not going to go too much into the details first because at this point you've probably already heard my thoughts. If you haven't already heard them, you will somewhere because I still don't know what order I'm posting each video. But I decided to rate this 2 stars. I was very disappointed by this book considering I thought I was going to actually really enjoy this just by like the synopsis and the title. But to be honest, I'm actually kind of shocked that there was just such a big twist within this book. Not in a good way, by the way. I just mean it really isn't what it says on the back type thing. Yeah, that is my problem with this book. I think I'm now need to read one more book. I'm not sure. I haven't actually looked in a while, so I do need to do that. But because I'm doing this 24-hour readathon, I need to start another book, so hopefully I can actually get caught up this weekend. I don't know what I'm going to read next. I was thinking maybe The Guest by B.A. Paris, but I'm not 100% sure yet, so once I know, I'll let you all know. It is now Sunday and I thought I would do an update because I was reading all this morning. I am not going to do too much of an update with this book because I read it for a video that's coming out on Wednesday, because while I was listening to the audiobook for this book I was figuring out my plan. So I have a plan, so I'm not going to talk too much about it. But I read Love Me Do, and this one I was looking forward to it, and I was actually going to wait until summer, but then I wanted an audiobook while I was like planning and all that stuff this morning. I thought, why not give this one a go? And to be honest, I was a little bit disappointed with it. Honestly thought it was going to be better than what it was. I don't know if maybe it's just because I wasn't necessarily in the mood for it, maybe. I don't know what it was. I just feel like it was boring and I wasn't a big fan of the characters or anything like that. To be honest, I don't have much to say about it. But I'm not going to tell you my rating just because I want to save that for the video that you will see. But now I'm going to start reading Lost and Lassoed, and I'm very excited for this one. And I was meant to start this one yesterday and never got around to it, so I'm going to start it now, and then hopefully I can give you all an update. Because, and I say hopefully because you know me, like I feel like I'm going to get hooked into this, but I'll give it my best shot to give you all an update, at least like in the middle of it or something. Okay everyone, I thought I would do the final update because it is now Monday, and unfortunately yesterday got a lot busier than what I was expecting because I ended up painting my room instead, and I was going to listen to an audiobook but then I never did. After that, and I then got a really bad headache and I just didn't film anything. So now it is Monday and I am meant to be starting week 8, but I thought I'd give a quick update. So I was reading Lost and Lassoed and I actually got quite a good chunk into it. I'm reading it on my Kindle, so I can't tell you what page I'm on specifically, but I can tell you roughly. So I'm roughly on page 164, which is chapter 24. Like I said, roughly I'm around there, and so I can easily finish this today, but you'll see that in the next vlog. But yeah, I just wanted to give that quick update. I believe I'm actually 2 books behind. I'm not 100% sure though, so like I can't be sure about that. So I do have to do a bit of catching up. I am also doing a readathon currently, which was only meant to take up, you know, the weekend, but it hasn't. It's actually took up longer, so you know, all that stuff. So yeah, anyway, I'm now rambling, but that is the end of week 7. Thank you all so much for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe and leave this emoji if you're watching till the end, and I hope to see you all in my next one. Bye.